Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? As you all know, we have entered in the third term. So let us talk about the third term syllabus first. The story of silk, sunning, the railway journey at grandfather's house, outside my window, the Nawab of Salimabad. These are the chapters included in your third term. You have to write these chapters' name in your copy. But before writing these names, make sure that you have made the title page of the third term. Leave 2 pages for index, 1 page for the syllabus then you will make the title page of the story of silk. Then you will going to write the vocabulary words of this chapter, which we are just going to start. Then the words meaning of the chapter. Story of silk. Do you know what is silk? Silk is a fabric. You can ask your mothers to show you the silk fabric. It is very soft and strong as well. It is not easy to tear. It is not easy to tear. Let us now know the words. Artifacts, interesting objects. Bearing, a person's way of standing or moving. Cocoon, a silky case spun by insects such as caterpillars, confined, kept to one area. Costume, a habit or traditional way of behaving, elaborate, carefully made with lots of fine details. Emperor, the ruler of an empire. Manufactured, made. Weaver, a person who makes clothes by crossing threads over and under each other. Did you know the silk was discovered in China? That China has discovered the silk fabric. A long time ago, in a tiny village of China, there lived a poor belonging to a weaver's family. One day, the emperor was passing through the village and saw her working in the fields. He noticed her pretty face, her proud bearing, and her rough work worn hands, which meant she worked very hard through the year. He immediately fell in love with her and, though he was much older, decided to marry her. You can see it is a story about a woman who lived in a China. She belongs to a weaver's family, and she worked so hard. She worked for many years. One day, the emperor saw her pretty face and saw her working so hard that she wanted to get marry her. The girl married the ruler of the land and went to live in his palace as his beloved queen. But she was unhappy. She had grown up in the wide open spaces of the countryside. What then happened then? The queen uh, she became the queen then. The girl married the ruler and she became the queen. She had so many things now, but still she felt unhappy. Why? Let us see. Now she was confined to a palace, magnificent though it was. She was used to working from dawn to night without a moment's rest. But now she had many servants to take care of her needs and did not know how to fill her time. In the village, she had been surrounded by family and friends who exchanged news and gossips as they worked. But in the palace, it was quiet and no one spoke out of turn. What had happened then? She was the queen of the palace, of the beautiful palace. It was the time that now she had so many servants around her. Whatever the thing she wants, she can call any servant to work for her. If she want a glass of water, she can call a servant to bring for her. So there was a major difference in her both lives, in her past life and in her present life. But still, she was unhappy. What's the reason for that? The emperor noticed his new wife was sad and tried his best to make her happy. He bought her grand clothes, jewels, and artifacts, threw elaborate parties, hired the best musicians of the land to amuse her. Yet she was sad. What the king done then? King tried so many things to make her happy. He bought so many clothes for her, jewelries, artifacts. He had organized so many parties for her. He had called the best musicians to amuse her, but still she was unhappy. One afternoon, the Empress sat under a mulberry bush in her garden, lost lost in her thoughts about her village. She slowly sipped hot water from a cup, staring up at the blue sky. The girl remembered the birds that flew over her village. Then, sighing softly to herself, she picked up her cup to take another sip. But what was that? Now, class, we're gonna discuss this amazing story by tomorrow. Your home task is you have to read and understood and find vocabulary words from this paragraph which I have just read and from the remaining paragraphs as well. So go to your work and then be prepared for it by tomorrow. Take care.